over the hill wild camper, going over the hills cycling in Majorca. Breakfast in the posh inn at Newcastle. So as you can see, I've got the helmet on because I've just picked the bike up from the hire shop. To be honest, when we got here, got off the plane and on the bus, it's been raining pretty much on and off all afternoon. But I'm being told by everyone here that the forecast is better for tomorrow. Anyway, so I've got the bike, here it is. First ride with my Majorcan holiday, over the hill cyclist. I'm just going to have a steady ride, maybe 40-50 miles a day, and not too much climbing because I've got a big day tomorrow, which I'll tell you about tomorrow. So it's 9 o'clock and I'm just going for a steady ride. I've done about 15 miles now, so I set off from Port Pollensa down to Alcudia, and then I sort of ran road parallel with the coast all the way through Alcudia, and it's all built up areas. And I've been on main road now for most of the time, but I've just come off onto the small country road. So sun's out fully and we've lost all the clouds, so that's where I'm going, up that road. Nice quiet country roads, some nice little villas on the left with some nice gardens, some very basic agricultural land. It's nice to get out into the countryside. I've passed this place before and it's always intrigued me as to what it is. It's hard to say. I don't know whether it's been some sort of reservoir or I don't know. Intriguing. I'll have to try and look it up, but what with me not being Spanish, that might be difficult. But I'll try when I get back to the hotel. I'll have a look on Google, see what it says. Just coming back into Puerto Pollensa now. I've only done 40 miles, so I might have a little loop somewhere. Just coming into Cala Vicence. This is Cala Vicence, and the sea is quite choppy actually. Some storms out in the Mediterranean. Right, let's go and find a coffee bar. Well, as you'll be able to see, it's still dicky dark. It's almost 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm making my way to the pickup point for the coach that's going to take me to Andratx. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then I'm going to cycle back from Andratx to Port Pollensa across the MA10 route, which is very picturesque. So I'll get you back home when I get there, or I might get you back home when I get to the coach.
So lessons that many people, so on a bus like this to do the hotel and just taking them all on that one.
Quite a busy bus. We've just arrived in Port Andratx, and it's a lovely place. So we've arrived before the bikes, so we've just got to find a coffee bar, have a coffee while we wait for the bikes to arrive. I'll give you a look round.
Oh, I've got two, yeah. That was a different orange, yeah. That's tomorrow.
I'm just waiting for the bikes to be unloaded off the wagon now, and then we'll be off. Right, we're at the top of the first climb. You'll not be able to see what it's called because it's all covered in stickers. Yeah. But it's something like the Gramel.
Gramel, I think, yeah.
Yeah. And this kind gentleman's pulled me all the way up, or nearly all the way up.
Oh, I'm with you. Well, you did some as well, so yeah, both team.
Like I said, that's the top of the first climb, and it's only about 7 miles. It felt like 30. Coming to the summit of the Col de Bastida, and it's well named Bastida. But I got there. Col de sa Bastida. Well named, isn't it? I've done 36 mile, which is around about halfway I think, but I've still got a lot of climbing to do. I'm not far from Solaire now. I've just stopped and had a bit of a snack, but I think if I get to Solaire and I see a decent snack bar, I might stop and have a coffee and something. Plenty of time. Still making good progress. I'm about 4 mile into an 8 mile climb at an average of 6.5%, and it's pretty hot. So I'm having a blow, having a rest, but I'll get there. Oh. I'll have a drink of water and continue. Coming back into Puerto Pollensa, I've got 75 mile on the clock. I'm about pagged, but I'm still going. I've enjoyed that. In the last 10 mile, I bumped into a group of lads and I've just hung onto their back wheel. and it was a big hill. I've enjoyed that. Day 3, that's 3 of 4, and it's almost 12:30 because I'm having an easy day today because I had a grueler yesterday. So I'm just going to have a steady ride up to Formenta to the lighthouse, because you can't come here and not go there, can you? It's only about, what, 30-mile round trip, so just 2 or 3 hours. And then back to the pool and chill out. Right, I'll see you later. I'm not far from the Formenta lighthouse now. Beautiful sea down there. Well, I've made it to the lighthouse. It's only took us an hour. It's not bad going. It's pretty hot up here. Just about to go down the final descent into Port Pollensa. But the bad thing is, it looks like they've started to let the cars up again, because they'd stopped them when I was coming up. But they're starting to come back up again now, but I'll be careful. I'll just have to go a bit slower. I'll give you a look round. Right, it's Saturday, the final day of my cycling. It's not the final day of my holiday, it's just the final day of my cycling. I've had the bike for 4 days, so I'm getting an early start, well, early-ish, 8:45, and I'm planning on going to the garage and back. About 45 mile, quite a climb up to the garage, but I think I'll manage that. So, I'll get you on a bit later. I've done about 8 mile, but I'm off the main road now. On the quiet roads, make my way to Sa Pobla, and then I'll be on off. And then I'm intending to go up to the garage. And then a nice, from the garage, it's a nice downhill all the way back to Pollensa. Well, most of the way is downhill anyway. I've just passed some vineyards, and I tell you what, they didn't look very healthy. Oh, them ones are not so bad. There's some over there. But even they're looking a bit dark. What do I know about growing grapes? Zilch. We're just going through a little town called Selva, and it's very pretty, quite nice. So I think I'm about 16 mile in now, making good progress. I think this is where the major climbing starts, on the way up to the garage. Morning. So here we go, 6 kilometers at an average of 5%. So 6 kilometers at 5% is easy peasy compared to the one I did on Thursday, which was 13 kilometers at an average of 6.5%. And here we are, the famous garage. Well, I've arrived at the garage. I've had a coffee and a bit of apple pie, well, I think apple and something, and I'm just having a bit of banana before I set off back. I'm going to look round because there's plenty of people here. I don't suppose anybody ever buys petrol here. Just leaving the garage now, so it's pretty much all downhill back to Puerto Pollensa. Well, I'm getting near the end of the cycling part of my holiday, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. With the next 2 days, or the rest of the day and the next 2 days, I'm going to spend my time with Liz and chill out. The weather's kept improving as the week's gone on. We arrived with rain, but now it's, I mean, it hasn't warmed fully up yet, but it's only 11:15. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Almost back at the hotel. That's my last ride. I'll have a shower, changed, take the bike back, and Liz and I will go for some lunch, and I might even have a pint. That's not such a bad idea, is it? And there's the hotel. Right, that's the end of my Majorcan cycling.